Hey guys, welcome back to this place. If you are new, welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen, and today we are watching season 1, episode 7 of For All Mankind. We are rapidly approaching the end of season 1 and possibly getting the reveal of aliens. At least that is my current working theory, based off of very little. 3 blinking red lights on the moon that Gordo happened to see. Why my mind was immediately like, it's aliens, I don't know. I've watched a lot of science fiction in my life, so probably that. I also think that it's fully possible, in fact, probably very likely, that we are not alone in the universe because it's massive. And we are one tiny, tiny, tiny little planet in a galaxy that is way, 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 way big. So, anyway, what else happened? We also had Margot and Aleda. I think that we also had Margot talking to Von Braun, discovering the truth about her father. That was a lot of very emotional stuff. And we had Margot ultimately deciding to mentor Aleda, kind of like Von Braun mentored her, but hopefully with a very different ending. Yeah, I don't want to ramble too much because I just want to get right into this episode and see if my random prediction of aliens is correct or if I have jumped the gun, jumped the shark, whatever, and that doesn't really apply. I'm going to stop rambling. Let's watch it.
I'm afraid that the launch of Apollo 24 will need to be delayed.
Another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks.
True American heroes doing God's work. I can only imagine what it's like up there for them.
Do we think God cares about us going to the moon? Like, when people say you're doing God's work, like, do we think that he's invested in, like, the moon landing? The race for the base?
Did they ever make y'all see a shrink when you were testing for the program?
Not a shrink. Saw about 5 in those days.
Our shrink asked me if I ever dreamt of having sex with my father. They ask you that too?
Sure.
Yeah.
Except it was, you ever dreamt of having sex with your mother?
Really? They like the Oedipus-ness of it all, don't they?
Yeah, and what would that tell them?
Means you're gay.
Really?
Shrinks, everything means you're gay.
Right, but
Oh!
Don't kill any ants.
appreciate it.
I would not want ants everywhere.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. That's the name of the episode. Hi, Bob. I think it said it's day... Sorry, that's really loud. I think it said it's day 86. Imagine being on the moon for that long. They're gonna have medical issues, right? Like bone density and shit. Isn't that an issue when you go to the moon?
Had a bad day. Hand kept shaking. Probably thought I was a drug addict or something.
You got PTSD?
What did Dr. Corey say?
Cancel that. I don't need someone digging around my head, trying to make it seem like I'm crazy.
I think you do.
Man's not supposed to live off his wife.
Why not?
Times change, baby.
Yeah.
I can do more than
She's
bag
right.
groceries.
Of course you can.
I got a college degree.
I led a platoon in Vietnam.
Yeah, but now you've got trauma.
Couldn't even answer the questions.
Because you have trauma.
Kept getting confused. It's like my mind was slipping into this hole. This dark hole that I could feel pulling me in.
That sounds dangerous.
I could feel it pulling me down.
And I wanted to go. I was hoping to get deep down in the dark, and
Never come back.
I know something is waiting down there for me, and it's
Clayton.
gonna get me the second I look away. It's gonna get me.
It's okay, honey. It is okay.
That would be so
There
terrifying.
is nothing down there waiting to get you.
That would be so terrifying for her. Because she can't do anything.
I'll have more time, baby.
I'll
Sit,
talk to you next week. Yeah, I love you.
sit down, Clay.
She's literally not even on the fucking planet.
I'm aware that the only reason I'm here is because you think my boyfriend is gay. Which I find both outrageous and offensive. Larry is a red-blooded American man with completely normal desires.
Yeah, being gay are completely normal desires. I know she knows that. I'm just saying.
We're here to talk about you.
Do they know that she's a lesbian?
Your mother's New York old money. Your father becomes a pilot in the 20s. You know Amelia Earhart, is that true?
And Charles Lindbergh.
She knows Amelia Earhart?
Starts Cavalier Airlines in 48. He gives you the flying bug. Dad hires you at Cavalier, and you work there until NASA starts looking for female astronauts.
What's weird about this?
Doesn't make an ounce of sense.
Why?
I just don't know why you're doing this.
I'm not doing anything.
You're helping him hide his secret at great personal risk to yourself, your reputation, and your career.
Don't you see how fucked up that is? That it even fucking matters? I'm sorry. It just pisses me off. It pisses me off.
Don't I need a warrant to tap our phones?
It's the government.
Feds are still lawless pricks when it comes to protecting Americans against sexual perverts, so...
Trying to rein in the anger. I'm trying to make this a fun reaction. Zvezda.
It's transmitting again.
Mm-hmm.
What's he saying?
The Russian telemetry is on a different frequency.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be voice and it's encrypted.
Well, they're obviously doing something they don't want us to know about.
Well, hence the encryption.
Installing surveillance materials. Maybe weapons.
Why would you want weapons on the moon? Who are you going to be shooting at?
Me, Gordo.
Well, everybody wants to shoot at Gordo.
I heard that.
I'm just kidding.
Holy shit! There's another one.
You okay?
Tom, at least two, back behind the rack.
You talking about the ants?
Yeah, I'm talking about the ants.
Oh god, you scared me. I thought there was something fucking happening besides two fucking ants.
You want to start spying on the Soviets.
They're spying on us, I guarantee it.
Well, you don't know that, to be fair.
I'd like to talk about the relationship between the boys. My concern is that it's becoming unhealthy and damaging.
They're friends. Best friends. What they did is inappropriate and wrong, and they'll be punished for it.
Absolutely. But speaking of which, maybe that's part of the problem, is a lack of discipline in this school. Is it true you've stopped paddling students?
That's not
Corporal
bad.
punishment in schools is becoming frowned on in modern educational circles.
As it should.
Mrs. Stevens, the teachers all agree that your son is the follower in this situation.
My son is a follower.
No. And
so
what
he's
Shane
weak
is
and
the
he
problem
just
here?
he sucks up to his friends.
Is that what you're saying?
Shane is a natural leader, Danny wants to please him, and the results are toxic antisocial behavior.
This is outrageous. I will be contacting Superintendent Jones about this.
I mean, he didn't really insult your son. He just said he was a natural leader. I guess it's more of an insult to Tracy's son. But it's also not an insult to be a follower rather than a leader. Like, not everybody wants to lead. Did they find anything in their little spy sesh?
We ran off 30 kilometers on the rover and didn't see a single sign of the Russians.
Yeah, well, we didn't even come close to covering our part of the crater today.
I love that it's our part now. Like, somehow we own it.
Right.
Where plants the flag first, owns it.
I don't think
Ask
you
the pilgrims.
own the moon.
And what if I ask the Indians? Uh-oh.
What? Oh. Means he's out there again? Is he going to look for the red lights again?
No, it's been there before. No one's seen this before.
Oh, he's just going to a different place. He just says that every time, like no one's ever seen this before, now I have.
Houston finds out about this, they'll ground you the rest of your natural life.
First they gotta get me off this rock. He ain't doing such a good job of that.
Right? Doesn't seem like a big threat right now when he actually wants to go home and can't.
Soviets are out there.
Soviet.
And they're a threat to this base. You saw them yourself.
Said they were Soviets. Just think.
You said you saw red blinking lights. There's no other rational explanation for that than the Soviets.
Unless there
Aliens.
wasn't anything out there at all.
Aliens. Aliens.
Said me.
Stand
What
down.
you want to do? You want to hit me? That's what you want to do? Come on, give it your best shot. You think you're man up?
Step back! Everybody just calm down and step back.
I think he wanted him to hit him. Y'all are cramped up together for a lot longer than you planned.
You're
Tensions are
confined
high.
to this base.
But he kind of already is. Kind of has been.
Into the base.
Where else can he go?
Oh, me, oh my.
What am I gonna do?
I mean, honestly, I'm with him. Like,
I'm telling you, Ed, this is starting to get out of hand.
Enough, Danielle.
Yes, sir. I will just shut my mouth like a good little girl and let you handle all of this.
Thank you.
oh. Ed, you dumb as fuck. You dumb. A woman says that to you. You should be afraid.
How to put this? Well, Agent Donahue is of the opinion that Larry Wilson may have certain tendencies which could pose a security risk to the program.
How being gay gonna pose a security risk? Explain.
And now he has voiced a theory that
You're gay too?
you may have certain tendencies as well.
That's absurd.
But you could. You and Larry both could take a step.
Oh. They want them to get married or have kids. Probably get married.
Our new estimate for the launch of Apollo 24 is
2 weeks?
December 9th.
Let me guess.
2 more weeks.
Yep. Why is it taking them so long? 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks to get shit done? Oh no. Their DVD got fucked, or their VHS got fucked.
Can it be saved?
Doubt.
I'd like to introduce my
Oh.
second surprise.
There it
My
is.
wife, Emily.
They got at least some of it.
Oh, well, I don't think anybody would be interested in my story. I just thought I'd sit and listen tonight.
I feel you have a lot of hostility toward me. Why do you say that, Mr. Collins?
No.
Yeah. That's dead. That's dead.
What are we gonna do now?
Did they not send y'all with books? I would request books.
I'd like to introduce my second surprise, my wife, Emily. Emily is also the newest member of our group and also afraid of flying.
They watched it so much they can reenact it.
This is an embarrassment to your entire family. You realize that?
You talking to Shane?
Speak up!
Yes, sir.
I don't like when he interacts with his son.
You're supposed to be the man of the house while I'm away.
It kind of makes me like him.
Instead, you're running around acting like some kind of little punk.
Try to be a little understanding.
Very disappointed in you, Shane.
I think you should take it down
Enough tears.
several notches. Let him have emotions. You're yelling at him.
11 years old, Shane.
When are you gonna stop acting like a little baby and start acting like a man?
Oh no. Oh.
Just stop the crying, all right? Cut it out.
Oh, I'm getting
No
mad.
time for your little baby shenanigans.
I'm getting mad. I'm getting mad.
Goodbye, Shane.
Oh, I'm getting mad. That's not how you parent a child and are understanding of their emotions and the things that they're going through.
I'm getting a bad vibe from him lately, like something just isn't computing in his head anymore.
Oh God, that's worrying.
Gordo's tough. We'll be fine.
No, y'all need to talk about shit. You can't just bottle shit up and expect it to be fine. That's not how it works.
in Seoul where walls were closing in on me too.
I hate so much for men that they've been sold this idea that they can't be vulnerable and emotional with each other.
So when I got back to Seoul, I was tightly wound. I even got short-tempered with a couple of my superiors. I took a swing at a colonel. Put me in a hotel room, gave me a bottle of scotch, and said, "Don't come back until your head's straight."
You need a positive outlet for your emotions, sir.
Locked myself in that room, resurfaced a few days later, right as rain.
I don't think you were, because
Gordo needs a little time.
what if he does something, to hurt himself in that time? I don't think y'all should be leaving him alone.
Oh, shit.
What? Oh, he left again.
We shouldn't be talking about this on an open channel, Commander.
Well, I agree with you, sir, but I think the Soviets knew full well we'd find their tracks and report back to NASA.
Oh, they think it was the Soviets?
We will handle everything through diplomatic channels from now on.
I thought, but what, Maybe had we considered that it was just Gordo and you just didn't know about it?
Last thing they need is a scandal about a astronaut and a engineer.
I've told you before, I don't like those terms.
This gets out, we're gonna be called much worse.
Then we can't let it get out. You're not seriously considering this?
Of course she is. She's trying to save her own fucking life and her
we have
job.
to put all the options on the table.
Much harder for anyone to question us if we've taken that step.
Right. I'm just gonna say this once, and I want it on the record. You do this. You actually go through with this. You do this.
You're gonna lose her.
And you and I, we're done. It wouldn't mean anything. It would to me. It would mean everything. I love you. There. Now it's been said, and I said it because it had to be said, and I know you never would.
I hate this. I hate that they can't just be happy.
This is too big. What you guys are talking about doing, it is important. It's deep. So you do this. Done.
I understand. But also, she's in such a shitty position. They're watching her. What if they're listening? What if they bugged her house? Oh my god, she's not safe anywhere. What if they bugged the fucking bar? Oh, did he just slap him?
Okay, at this time, you're gonna play Mr. Carlin.
Oh.
Play all the women as usual. I'm gonna be Bob.
It's the middle of the night, I think.
I'd like to introduce my second surprise. This is my wife, Emily. She's a new member to the group, and she...
Oh, he's not doing...
In the middle of the night.
Well.
Gordo, quit this horsing around. We got a busy day tomorrow.
Get up. Get up.
What?
I'll do it.
Gordo,
Oh, I didn't think anyone would be interested in my story. I just thought I'd sit and listen tonight.
I'm getting slightly concerned. I think we need to have a conversation with Gordo. He's got cabin fever or something.
Gordo, what the hell are you doing?
I'm doing the first episode, Flying the Unfriendly Skies. Getting in the way.
I mean, we should, like, shake him or...
I thought I'd sit and listen to you. You're stepping on the joke. You're stepping on the joke. Stop.
You might should tell Houston that...
I think maybe you need to call Houston.
Yeah.
No.
Ed?
But you're right. He's been cooped up in there for too long. He needs to get outside and clear his head.
Okay.
You need to call Houston. They need to know that he's not okay.
Let's go for a walk. Outside. Just the two of us. You can show me the great unknown you're always talking about. What do you say? Come on, bud.
Gordo, you're not always my favorite, but I'm a little worried about you. I'm a lot worried about you.
How you feeling? Okay. A little better, I guess. Yeah? Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's just his breathing. I thought it was some fucking creature.
You want to explain to me what the hell's going on back there? I don't know. I couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't do what? Just stay in that room. I didn't sign up for this, Ed.
I know. None of y'all
I'm a
did.
naval aviator. I got into this to push the envelope. And fly the fastest, baddest, hottest thing you could put a cockpit in. We used to be on the bleeding edge of things. Pioneers. Blazing the trail to where no man has gone before.
You talking about Star Trek?
The frontier starts right here. The whole universe just waiting to be explored. And what are we doing? Playing house. Not what I signed up for. Not what I signed up for at all.
You don't have the technology to go further.
This is the beginning. Hey, what? I saw one. Holy shit, I saw one. What happened? You saw what? It's an ant. There's an ant in my spaceship. In your suit? I have a feeling. He's crawling. Hey.
It's not that big a deal. It's just an ant.
Calm down.
Oh god. No. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, he could die. He could die. Stop it.
Calm down. Calm down.
Gordo, stop. Gordo.
Ah.
Gordo, stop. Gordo, stop. You're gonna die.
Gordo, look at me. Look at me. It's me. They ain't there. Gordo, everything.
It's just in your head.
Calm down.
It's just in your head. It's just in your head. It's just in your head.
Everything's gonna be okay.
That doesn't mean it's not real to you, but it's just, oh my god, it's just in your head. You almost fucking died. You almost fucking died.
I don't know what happened out there.
You had a mental breakdown.
What are you gonna do, Skipper?
He needs to tell
It's the
fucking.
middle of the night in Houston. 2 in the morning. Put the call through.
What are you gonna tell him?
That they need to go the fuck home.
Truth. We got a medical situation. We gotta power up the lifeboat. Take Gordo home.
I'll be okay.
No, you will not.
I should have seen it a long time ago.
Danielle saw it.
You tried to warn me, Danny, but I didn't listen.
No, you did not. You were an asshole.
We gotta face it. You gotta go home, Gordo.
Mm-hmm.
We abandon this base, the Russians are gonna be all over it before we even break orbit.
I'm not gonna abandon the base.
How?
I'm sending you and Gordo home without me.
You're gonna stay there by yourself? By yourself. By your damn self.
I'm named Danny, commander of the return mission. You'll fly second seat, Gordo. You follow her orders.
Understood. But if we take the lifeboat, you got no way home until Apollo 24 gets his shit together and bring the next crew.
Yeah, you're stuck.
I'm not gonna abandon this base. I will stay until properly relieved by the crew of Apollo 24.
You don't know how long you're gonna be there by yourself? What if you have a little mentee bee?
What's gonna happen to him?
I have no idea.
Well, I'm gonna send him to the shrinks. His career's over.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not gonna be an astronaut anymore.
We'll never let him fly again.
I hope you're whispering.
You mean in space, right?
No.
I mean in anything.
Yeah.
Yank his pilot ticket, military and civilian.
That's not fair, the civilian one.
That'll kill him.
Yeah. I'm genuinely worried it might.
Yeah.
God, I hope he's not listening. I hope he's not listening.
Need a little help here.
What happened?
I was trying to change the battery and then it fell on my arm.
I think that looks real fucking broken.
I think that's busted. Let me go find the medical kit.
Why'd she do that?
You just suddenly had to change the battery. Couldn't wait till morning.
Yeah, that's just exactly what happened. So you need to call Houston and let them know that you have an astronaut who has had an accident and needs to go home.
She's trying to save Gordo.
You didn't have to do this.
Clayton's lost, Ed, but he's not coming back. If they ground Gordo, he's not coming back either.
She's a good person.
They all support your decision to remain at Jamestown until properly relieved, which should be
in 2 weeks.
Time.
It's 2 weeks for the rest of her fucking ever.
The president has also decided to promote you to the rank of captain in the United States Navy.
Damn.
I guess this is it, huh?
I hope everything's fine. They're fine. He's fine.
Bye, Bob. Bye, Bob.
Bye, Bob.
I don't know that it's great for him to be out there by himself. I mean, obviously, I think Gordo has to go home. How long is this man gonna have to be on the fucking moon by himself, though? You know, people don't do well in solitary. Humans are social creatures. We need other humans.
Hey, Danny.
Yeah, Gordo.
Is he gonna say thank you?
Thank you.
I'm glad he did. And now there's gonna be an alien in there with you. I'm just kidding, but that would be some shit.
Your father is doing one of the bravest things any man has ever done. And what are you doing? Stealing?
It was just some baseball cards.
Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, I think that y'all's parenting method is really not helping.
You go to your room and you do your homework. You're grounded until after Christmas.
But I have a basketball game.
Not anymore.
But I have to go.
You're not going to your basketball game. That's enough.
This is a bunch of crap.
You go to your room and you don't come out until I get home from the PTA meeting.
Karen, you should not hit your children. He's obviously also probably not going to listen. He has a lot of anger, and he has no outlet for it, no permission to have it. Yeah, he's for sure not listening. Yep. Oh, they're doing it. They're getting married. It's just sad. Damn it. I'm tired of crying. Oh no, did something happen to Shane? Did he get hit by a car when he was biking? No, I feel like something bad happened. Oh God, something bad happened to him, didn't it?
Hi, can I help you?
Oh no, they're taking their hats off.
Ma'am, is this your house?
Yes, I'm Karen Baldwin. What's going on?
Is your son Shane Baldwin?
Oh no, something bad happened.
What's he done?
Ma'am, I'm afraid there's been an accident.
They took their hats off. That's what that means. Did he die? Sad. Sad. This episode was fucking sad. It's just like, oh, it was frustrating and it was sad. If he died, the last thing that ever happened was that she slapped him across his face. Let me drink water. Where to even start? So, we have not discovered if they were aliens or not yet. I wonder if after this episode, we're supposed to question whether or not Gordo saw anything, because he is kind of, you know, struggling pretty hardcore. So, but they also showed us, the audience, so I think that there are red light aliens. Red lights at least, maybe not red light aliens. Let's maybe talk about Gordo. So, Gordo frustrates me, like, at least half the time. At least half the time that he's on screen. Like, I don't love his character. He has a lot of flaws. He has a lot of issues. But there are moments where Gordo makes you like him. And so I was very concerned about him in this episode. I still am concerned about him at the end. It seems like maybe he's not going to work. Maybe he's wallowing. I'm not sure. It seemed like Tracy got an apartment, if I remember, and so moved out while he was on the moon. So it seems like he might be by himself now. And I worry where he is mentally and the resources that he has available to him at this time that he's willing to use, and that are actually like good resources to get back to a place where he's really good mentally, you know, just like Clayton. Danielle said, you know, she thinks he's gone and he's not coming back. Unfortunately, you know, PTSD affects a lot of soldiers and they don't ever come back the same. And I'm not sure what his resources are and if there's any available therapy to him that really understands what PTSD is at this time and can actually offer him resources. I just think it's really sad because they also kind of suffer from the same thing that Ed really suffers from. And you see it in this episode. You see it in the way that he parents. You see it in the way that he sort of deals with situations. And it's very much this idea of masculinity and what it means to be a man that has been pushed on Ed and Gordo and Clay their entire lives. And now, as we see in this episode and in previous episodes, Ed is pushing, or was pushing, that idea onto his son as well. And it's really it's a very toxic mindset. It's very damaging. It doesn't allow them the space to feel their feelings in a safe environment so that they can work through it and process it and therefore have healthy coping mechanisms for the things that happen to them. Like, I wish nothing more than for men to get to be vulnerable and honest with each other. And I think that it just makes me so sad and so frustrated to see Ed and his conversations with Shane talk about like being a man and like you're acting like a baby because you're crying, and just all these really horrible toxic ideas that I'm sure were pushed onto him, which is why he's perpetuating them to his son. But it doesn't make it any better. And I think that it's extra frustrating because I feel like Ed has some of the tools, at least. And I feel like he can be more progressive in his thinking than that. And he can be vulnerable with people because he was vulnerable with Molly in the past episode. Either the last episode or the episode before the last episode. You know, and like we see these moments where Ed realizes what he's doing and the harm that it's causing, but he still keeps doing it, you know? And I think that's what's frustrating, is that I think that Ed has the ability to be better and he's choosing not to. And that frustrates me because I like Ed and I want to like Ed and I want to root for Ed. And sometimes he makes it fucking hard when he's an asshole. Okay. I am not looking forward to... Hopefully Shane lived. Hopefully he lived. Just based off the fact that they took their hats off. Usually if a cop shows up at your door, they take their hat off, someone's dead. Like that. That's just the way that I've always seen it happen, you know? So if he is dead, I do not look forward to the possibility of Ed finding out while he's fucking trapped on the moon by himself. I do not think that he will process that well. I mean, I don't know that there is like a good way or a healthy way. I mean, I'm sure there's a healthy way, but I don't know that there's a good way to have to process the death of your child. And if he is just severely hurt, also don't look forward to seeing Ed try to process that while on the moon. Something else that I want to say, which is kind of a little bit of a rant, but we've touched on this before. I'm not going to cry this time, but it's so frustrating and so upsetting to see. I didn't write his name down. Ellen and Larry. Okay. Ellen and Larry. It's so frustrating to see their story and to see them have to get married, to permanently beard for each other so that the fucking government, which like how the fuck is it any of your business, you perverts? How many more times can I say it? How many more times can I reiterate it? It's heartbreaking. It's frustrating. I hate to see it. I fucking hate to see that they have to be put in this situation because they happened to be born attracted to the same fucking sex. So he's gay. So she's a lesbian. Who fucking cares? Like, why? Like, is it not insane? Is it not insane that anybody gives a shit? Speaking of if Shane is dead, I also don't see Karen processing that well by herself. When the last conversation she had with him, she yelled at him. She slapped him. Like, imagine you lose somebody that you love that much. And the last conversation you ever had with them was this huge ass fight. Karen's not good at processing her emotions anyway. She is a repressor. She represses the shit out of stuff. We discovered this a few episodes ago. Like, her husband's on the fucking moon. She gonna get high. She gonna get high as fuck. She gonna make stupid decisions. I mean, I don't think getting high is a stupid decision, but in her state, it probably will be. Honestly, maybe that would help her process it. Get super high with, what's his name? Molly's hubby? Wayne. She needs to get super fucking high with Wayne and, like, let that shit go. Not, like, let the fact that her son possibly died go. Just let it out is what I mean. Like, let go of the repression of everything. Just, you know, like emotionally, that. I think it might help. I feel really bad for Ellen's bartender girlfriend, whose name I still can't remember. I'm sorry, bartender girl. But I feel bad for her. Like, it's frustrating because it's like you can completely understand where she's coming from. Like, who would ever want the person that they're in love with to get married to someone else, even if it's just on paper? Like, my jealous ass could never. So I understand. And also she's saying, like, she looks at it as this sacred thing and something that's super special. And so I think that if you have that view of marriage, then you especially don't want the person that you love, regardless of, you know, whether or not they care about the person they're marrying, then it's almost like doubly offensive to you because you're viewing it as this sacred thing that should happen between people who are in love. It's deprived to you, one, which I think makes it seem more alluring as well. But on top of that, it's also like this person that you love is knowingly going into a sacred union under false pretenses because you know that they're not doing it for real. The part of you that finds that union sacred is going to be upset that they're, I don't know what the word would be, tarnishing it, I guess, in some way by entering into it knowingly, fakely. So I just feel bad for bartender girl, but I also just feel bad for Ellen and Larry because, like, they are trying to keep their jobs and honestly, possibly their lives, because this was a very, very dangerous time to be openly gay. TLDR. Sad. They promoted Ed and gave him a raise. Yay. Your kid might be dead, but at least you get some money. And then he's going to remember that the last thing that he said to his son, if he is dead, was that he was super disappointed in him and he was acting like a baby and then it was like all this really bad shit. So I just don't know. The show is a lot, you guys. Like, I did not realize how emotionally heavy this show would be when I started it. But it is. I love it, don't get me wrong. I'm really, really loving this show so far, but sometimes a girl's gotta breathe and cry and rage a little bit, and I hope that you guys are still enjoying watching these. Let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Like, I'm sorry that there's a lot of tears. I'm sorry that there's a lot of rage. I feel like the show wants me to feel all the things, and it wants me to feel them very deeply because they keep punching me in the fucking heart. So, I don't know. Like I said, I hope you're enjoying it. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling because if I don't, like, we're just going to be here all night. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you want, you can see the next episode, episode 8, right now over on Patreon if you're watching this on YouTube. While you're over there, you can also watch my entire full-length reaction to this episode, which probably includes more rage, more tears, more sitting here, like, you know. Yeah, that's over there as well. Patreon is linked in the description down below. If you made it this far, what should we comment? Well, you. Comment Captain Ed. Because I'm curious if any of you are still watching after all this ranting. Anyway, until next time, guys. I hope to see you for episode 8. Until then. Oh, God. Can I talk? I'll see you when I see you. Bye, guys.